bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with a never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of this nightmare. But when I stopped to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm no way to go, no one that can see through that shine of the light. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the fear. Just out of reach of desire, was not aware of the start of hell. But when I stop to see through sight, begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home.
Hi, Dirt fans. Welcome alive tonight here with a special deal here with the majors. And we are in heat race number 1, about to get set. Kind of advanced it up there on me a little bit. Sorry about the little late start. I was doing qualifying. Next time, oh, boom. Let's get up on the heat race 1 here tonight. Getting underway. Well, I tell you what, a good race here and dirt racing. Man, I do quite a bit of it here on the channel, so kind of like it. Gonna be interesting. And as always, up here in the booth, man, I got old John up here with me. John, how you doing, man?
Excited for this one. I know we've been talking about it for months, and now it's time. So hopefully these guys will keep them as in between the walls as possible and put on a good show here, because I love some dirt racing.
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, in the 410s, that's the biggest thing. You know, these are kind of the big boys of the racing here, so to speak. And we don't see, I haven't myself seen a lot of the 410s run. I do, you know, the 360s, I think the 305s and stuff like that run. Obviously, late models are hugely popular throughout and whatnot. But, man, tonight, sit back. We got Wing Sprints, Heat Race 1. We got them out there. Mark Stevenson, Daniel B. Johnson, Daniel Davis. We got Steven Polson, Doyle Lawrence. We got Joshua Mertz in this one, Gerald Gilbert, Joey Haynes, Rob Courtney, and Ronald McPherson about to get set. And I always like to say we about to get down and dirty here tonight. Guys are pulling them around. Knoxville. This is the Hall of Fame of the sprints here.
It is, and they just had a race there last night, and saw Kyle Larson take his 7th win in a row in the All-Star Series there. So Kyle Larson getting it done.
Dominate, man. I mean, the man's wheel, man, knows how to throw around dirt side stuff. Pace trucks in. Here we go. We're getting set as they take off 410 style. These are the big boys here, the sprint series. We'll see what we got. They already side by side throwing some sliders.
Yeah, we see we got a good race here. Third here, we've got the 333 Daniel Davis. Right behind him, he's got the 8 of Doyle Lawrence on him.
Yeah, he does, man. Doyle Lawrence right there trying to throw a slider job on him. See if you can, Steve, right there on the backside. Everybody's kind of single file. Like I say, these are mean machines out here. I always say they're kind of like these guys are pretty much just riding on motors and transmissions. They're kind of sitting on them with wheels and tires.
They absolutely are. Mark Stevenson, though, he's putting it on them right now. Doing a real good job here, able to run that bottom lane as the track's still really tacky here, so fastest way around. Tons of downforce here, but he's getting it done right now.
Yeah, it is. Right now, Mark out front, got a good lead. He's rolling here in the Heat Race 1 here tonight for the Majors. Definitely want to give a shout out, as always. Majors does a good thing for a charity. They got the All-Timers here tonight. They got, in fact, I'll get the logo up here, but they're going for the Alzheimer's disease. And it's always a good charity that they put on here at the Majors. And definitely every race that they do. Tonight, dirt racing, something out of the ordinary. We've seen, obviously, NASCAR-style racing, road racing, different, disciplines of road racing. But tonight, these guys, men, are here on the dirt. Heat Race 1, Mark Stevenson's tearing it up. Daniel Johnson's there. So far, everybody's keeping it clean. But let's see how that goes later on in the road.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Doyle Lawrence really has anything for third place yet. Still gets a run up on him every once in a while. If he messes up a little bit on his entry there, he loses time center off. But back to the bottom here, sliding up to the top. Just can't seem to get any bite off the corner.
No, he can't. Right there, checkered flag. Going to be Mark Stevenson's going to put this thing in victory lane. He comes around here and takes Heat Race number 1. Daniel B. Johnson's going to come home in second. Daniel Davis there in third. And I've always said this, John, in heat racing, in dirt racing, that if you blink, we're into the next race. If you go to the next room, we're in the next week. It's just that fast. Heat Race 2 here, 10 drivers, 8 laps. Should be on the board for this one. Got Brian Hollick going to be up there on the top, Zachary Brown, Rob Powers, Casey, I'm going to say Salwich. I hope I said that right. Mike Quillette. Well, Mike going to get out here and race this one. Well, I think he's looking forward to the dirt track. Don't see him much out there. Dominic Warwick. Got Jeff Gardman, George Angus, Jeremy Tester, and John King going to round out this one here.
Oh, we get to watch John King.
Yeah. Oh, John, man. He's, we know he can wheel something around on a road course to what he can do here on the dirt track. Got here. It's going to be interesting to see. Actually, John didn't grid. I think he gridded.
I don't think he is. I think he's just admin.
He might be admin. Yeah. John might he may have fooled us right there.
I was all excited thinking we were going to get to watch him wheel around here.
I know. John, if you're out there watching, man, you're out there and wheel this thing and see what you got. But interesting there on that first one. Now, obviously, with the sprint cars, you know, you don't see too much beating and banging. You're not going to see these guys get out there to try to, you know, wheel to wheel and, you know, they're open wheel style. I mean, it's kind of dangerous to do that. They might touch here and there, but usually you don't get up there and start, you know, kind of tearing each other's fenders off or tires off.
You don't want to do that. But
No, yeah, true.
It definitely happens a lot, so.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, get set for heat race number 2 here at the majors tonight, the Sportsman Series. That's what this is. And folks, if you want to see the Pro Series, check them out on iRacing Network over there. I know Global Sim Racing has got them guys over there, but these are the Sportsman guys. Got to give them some love here. And I'll apologize. I tried to get most of the team names in here tonight. I'm probably missing a few of the team names down there at the bottom. With this race being so fast here tonight, I won't be able to add them in as we go. But I got most of them in there for you guys. So if you don't see your team name, I do apologize. I'll get it. As we're off racing here, boy, I tell you what, Brian Hollick, he got a good jump out front.
Yeah, we got a good battle right here for second place. Casey Solich right now in the 3rd spot. Got around the other car there for the 3rd. Good battle there. He's right up on the 11 of Zachary Brown. Zach had a good lap that time, so we'll see. Running in the middle of the track now, so they're not running as low as the other guys did. But
no, he's not trying to. Nobody's up there at that topside cushion yet. Everybody's trying to maintain there in the middle. So obviously these are open style setups. These guys make their own style setups on this stuff. But like I said, battle there for second place. Casey looking good, and I'm with you. Everybody for the moment has kind of went low middle. We'll have to see if somebody travels up to the top side and hits that cushion here later on into the night. Battle's still on there for second. Got old Rob right there in 3rd. Old Mike hanging on to the 4th place spot, trying to dig a little bit. Everybody's single file so far. Impatient.
yeah, watching the 11 of Zach Brown there. He's running about mid-track now. He's up a little bit more up there on the cushion now. The idea with these things is you want to keep them as straight as possible. So he's doing a really good job, but he's going to have to work hard right now to keep Casey Solich behind him.
Yeah, it is, boy. It's a battle heating up. Casey's right there. He's going to see if he can't throw the slide move on him at the late here. We'll have to see. He's right there on the back of the cush bar. Looks to the inside. Not going to be able to do it. White flag one more time. He's going to try to throw a slider. Not going to work. Down the back stretch. He's got 2 more turns to get it done.
He's coming off the 4 here. Ryan Hollick looks like he's going to take the win here. Zach Brown, Casey Solich.
Well, I tell you, the biggest difference I see with these cars is obviously they got a lot more power than the 360. I mean, it's huge motors in these things. They're able to slide these a lot more than what the 360s or the 305s. So you're able to get it, you know, kind of kicked around a little bit. So I'm seeing these guys stay a little bit more single file than what they would normally. Let's have to see how this develops as the race goes on. Heat race 3 here. We got Rob DeLoach, Ernie Ludwig. Ernie out here. Check him out. He's going to do what he can do on the dirt here tonight. Robert Covey right there. Matt Gelder. I hope I said that right. Apologize if I didn't there. We got Greg McKinney. Old James Troder. Chris Yedio. Tito. I think we went over that last time. Tito.
Yeah, it's however we end up saying it.
Yeah. He'll
help
us out again. He'll help us out again on that one. And then James McSparrow. I mean, I'm still working on something. What's up, DV Racing? Missing a nice race. I hate that. I tell you what. It's a good one out there. LW, how you doing? I appreciate the stars out there, man. I tell you what. Well, Heat Race 3. We've had some interesting last 2 heat races here tonight. This is the Knoxville Nationals for the Major Series. Sportsman, that is. And we're live here at OSR Network. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit that like and a share out there. We're on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to see the pro guys, they're running over on the iRacing Esports Network YouTube side. You can get them, check them out there too. Tonight, these are the Sportsman guys. And so far, Fast and Furious, they have put on a pretty good show. I know a lot of these guys were kind of skeptical over the dirt, so to speak.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are road racers. Some of them like the oval, but here we are on the dirt at Knoxville. Robert DeLoach on the loud pedal takes off in a 1 and 2 single file.
Oh, I'll tell you what, look at Matt right there. He climbed up on the back end of Robert there for third. They're 3 wide going into the turn. Oh, cart in the wall. That's Greg. Slammed it. Not what you want to see right there. But Robert on the inside. Still single file for everybody. Old Chris right there, too. Man.
Just a tough place to be right there. There were 3, almost 4 wide. He just didn't have anywhere to go. It's still slick on the bottom. Wound up in the wall there. Watching Matt Gelder right now in the 4th position. So he's got Chris Yetito or Yetio behind him, putting the pressure on him. Sorry, Chris, we're jacking your name up, but trying.
Apologize about that, but I'll tell you what, right now, good one here. We got Matt in the 4th place. Got Chris right there trying to close in to see it. Good battle right behind him. You got James and old Mark McFadden. McFadden right there seeing him again. Oh, he went high and almost into the wall there. Like I say, these things will slide out from under you. Now they look like they're getting up under that top side cushion a little bit, running a high line.
Yeah, you see the middle lane there to the bottom starting to slick up a little bit there. You're going to see this line go even higher as we go on into tonight. Should see a lot of side-by-side action, though, but heat races have been fairly calm.
They have, and they've kind of split it out a little bit here. We'll have to see how it goes on with the Constellation, obviously the B main, C main, stuff like that. But right now, looking very good. As out front, it's all Robert DeLoach, the man leading this one here, and looking very, very good. Ernie Ludwig's right there. Backside, white flag. One more time for Rob. Gonna see if he can't put it in the victory lane here in heat race number 3. Only got 2 more turns to get it done.
Robert DeLoach coming off there, still turning the 15.5s. Last lap there to get the win, 15.51, so still flying around this track here.
There it is, Chris Yetito. That's it, Yetito. There we go. Oh, Zen, he spelled it out for us. Yetito. That's right. I knew we had it over there. Gotcha. All right. Looks like we got D main out here. D main. Oh, it's the D main. Got more. All right. They're going to run the alphabet here tonight. Who we got on the first one here? We got John McPherson. McPherson? Ronald Wick. That's right. Dominique Warwick. Greg McGinney and Rob Courtney. And I think John's going to bid, but we'll see if John jumps up there.
He should.
He should. We want to see John out there. John, if you're listening, get out there on the track. We want to see you run the dirt, man. Well, a lot of Forge machines out here tonight. I've been this one here. See, Greg, Dominique, Bob, yep. Don, he said, nah, ain't gonna come out for this one. That's all right. All right, D main. Consolation is what they call it. I always wondered what the consolation was, giving away prizes or something. Always wondered about it.
It's called thanks for showing up.
Yeah. Trophy, I guess. I don't know. Hey.
They were always like, hey, you want to go burn your fuel and tires off for the consi? I was like, no.
No. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna run this. They call it there's several different ways in dirt racing you can do it. Obviously, you can do it straight up into the mains, and certain guys who finish in a certain order do it that way. Or you can run the alphabet. Running the alphabet basically is if you don't make it in the heat, you have to start way back in like D, and you have to get a certain position in the D, then you got to get the C, then you got to get the B and the A, or ever how many they are, before you can get to the feature, and that's what they call running the alphabet here in dirt. So there's a couple different ways they could run the format. Well, to say they're going to run the alphabet style here, you know, the amount of cars and so forth. You have the D main here. We're going to see what happens. We got 5 drivers here. About to kick it. Oh, already stuffing them in the dirt. Forget about it. He done, Greg.
Yeah, Greg McKinney looked like he just on the wrong
And
end of that there.
Dominic.
The start took a long time.
Greg and Dominic out there doing their best slide job. Well, there goes pretty much all the Forge guys. Yellow flag, I think they threw that one because pretty much half the field died on the start. But let's go and watch again. Because at first it was Greg who turned right into the wall and then took his teammate out. And then it looked like who that was behind there got took out.
It was Ronald McPherson was the other Forge car that we saw.
Yeah, then he just stuffed that thing into the wall.
Slid up the track, yeah. Just a product of the track there. And the first incident we saw, I think, was a product of the start. I think some guys were expecting them to go a little sooner than they did. Normally on dirt, guys love to take off as soon as they can.
Oh, absolutely.
That time he held him back, but he's a leader, so he chooses when to go.
That's it. So here we go. Jason goes, well, the Red Sea's just parted. And the next thing I know, I had a bunch of red cars, and they all just killed each other. All right. And up front.
Well, he's first incident of the night here, so these guys have done a really good job, actually, with the heat races here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And especially being 410s. I mean, it's not like they picked one of the easiest sprint, wing sprints to do. I mean, this is it's the biggest thing there is on iRacing. And from my knowledge, it's the biggest wing sprint there is. Anything bigger than the 410s?
Not in the sprint world, no.
I didn't think. Yeah, so pretty much they've picked the biggest thing that they've got here, and obviously with the power setup and everything else. So there you go. I mean, and again, we've talked about a lot of these guys. Now, some of these guys, they do race some dirt, some don't. Most of them, are road racers, and they dabble in the dirt side of things. Not to say that they can't drive it, but they were like, well, we're just out here. We're gonna have fun, and hey, that's what it's about. Single file, pace trucks in. We're going D-Main racing, and Jason drops the hammer. We're racing here.
You see the Forge guys in here, one behind the other. Greg and Dominic. I'm sorry, Greg now under attack. The 64 Rob Courtney takes it to the bottom there, trying to get around him. Keeps that high side going, though. 64 doesn't have any grip, can't get off the court.
Just wasn't able to. And then that's another thing. Well, these machines out here, you're going to see them slip and slide a lot of power right now. Battle's on for second place. Dominic and Greg right there. He's going to look and see if he can't throw down a slider on the up top. Nope. Greg on the outside. Oh, he stuffed the wall. Put it up there just for a little bit. Ouch.
Dominic slid there, but now we see that they're sliding back here. Rob Courtney back up there on top of them. 350 on the bottom. They're almost 3 wide. Now he gets in the back of the 350.
Oh, man, I tell you what. Greg right there trying to hang on to it, but Rob, he is on the back cush bar there trying to see if he can't throw a slide move on these top two guys and get it on there and see if he can't take that number second place, third place away. It looks like Ronald's going to have to expire, but man, look at old Rob right there on fire trying to throw that thing around.
Yeah, we've got 3 laps to go here, so it looks like this is where the battle's going to be as we see the 64 take the top side here way up over the cushion there. No grip on the bottom for the 350, so he's just sliding there. So 64 able to pull that one off.
Yeah, it is. Good high side move there. Took the top side cushion, was able to rumble up to third. That's old Rob right there. Now he's looking on the back side. Oh, boy, he closes up there. Give him a little love tap. Let him know. And oh, then he got that thing all kind of wicked loose.
Really loose back here. Gets up almost in the wall. Almost puts a 350 there, but trying to stay right in that 30s wake just a little bit, but he wants to dip that nose out some and get some air on it so that thing will turn.
And meanwhile, Jason right now has just checked out to the moon. He is on the white flag here. Bo, watch this battle on the second place because it's heating up. Back stretch here one more time in the turns. He's going to throw the slider on him. Not going to be close enough out of 4. Dominic's going to hang on to a second.
That was a heck of a job right there by those 3 guys. Dominic, and Greg, and that was a heck of a race right there.
That was. I like that. Well, like I said, it looks like we're going to we're going to run the alphabet here. So we're on the C main here tonight. Joey Hayes out front. Got old Jeff Hardman. Got Mark McFadden right there. Gerald Gilbert. Jeremy Tester. Jason McFerrin. I'm going to say McFerrin. I hope that's right. Dominic Warwick. Rob Courtney. Greg McKinney. Going to round this one out here. The C main here, folks. Go. 12 laps. Been a good one so far. Interesting. How y'all doing out there tonight?
Man, that last race that we just watched, it shows you the importance of position. The guys that we just watched qualified their way in, they're at the back. Now, any of those three, if they would have wrecked each other, would not have made this race.
That's it. And that takes me back to what I was saying is the different formats that they can use. Evidently, they're going off the alphabet style run to where you're going to have to finish in a certain order. And I'm going to say it's going to probably be the top 4 that are transferring. It's what it looks like is happening here. I didn't look at the format. It is okay.
It is
top 4. So basically, the top 4 in this one will transfer on to the B main. So, like what you just said, those guys in the back got the work cut out. They got to get up front and get up front fast, because in dirt racing, and not a lot of laps. It ain't like our NASCAR races where you get 100 laps to do something. You got to get up there and move.
Yeah, but you can lose a whole lot of ground in just one turn there, as we saw those guys just not hitting your line right or having a bad start. So much happens on dirt, and that's what makes it so exciting. Even here at iRacing, they've gotten it to be as real as possible. It's a lot of fun. It's a different discipline.
Fast and furious, man. That's what I like to say, is everything happens so quick on the dirt. Green flag, we're racing here. The C main out front. You got Joey. He gets a good jump, but he's got trouble behind him there, Mark. And he's got another one there of Jeff. Everybody's kind of spread out right now. That's what we've seen all night long, is if you get a good jump out front, you're long gone. Battle's on for second, though.
A big push right there from the 10 to the 99 there on the back end of the third part. It looked like we had a yellow.
Like Jeremy
Tester.
I can see what happened to him here. Got in the mid-pack back there in the back.
Right rear slapped the wall, and he just went for a ride.
He threw a slide in there. One thing I see about these, the 410s over the other ones, is real easy to kick these things out sideways. I mean, obviously with the power they got. Oh yeah, just caught the wall and then did a nice wheelie and then good cartwheel. Give him a 9.3.
9.3.
On the beauty scale. All right, line them up single file here. Joey's man out front. Some of the guys early on there, D-main early, got the work cut out for him to get up front.
Hey, you're talking about the right rear sliding on these things, and the biggest thing with these cars is they're so light, so you've got to have everything right in your suspension. Your tire pressures are important, and the main important part here is the wings that you see and how much downforce they create to help put that power down. And sometimes if you've got it too much in the front, then you'll lose the rear end. You can slide the wings back and forth. You can also rake them different. So depends on what you do with that. Depends on how the car wants to handle all the way through the turn and including going down the straight. So there's so much on these things that you've got to have right that me trying to explain it to you in 20 seconds just isn't going to get the job done.
No, and you're right. I mean, there's just so much that you've, like you said, you've got to get right and set up on these things. And when it comes to dirt, I've always said I can't do it. I mean, I have a hard enough time trying to walk straight rather than try to drive sideways. And my hat's off to a lot of these guys out here. Green flag's back at it again. There we go. Joey's out front. Gets another good jump. Boy, he is way up on that cushion side. Behind him, though, Mark is there. Oh, you see the car when they come off the turn? Looks like they just kind of just they instantly slide and they kind of catch grip a little bit.
Now watch the third place car here of Jeff as you go in the corner here. Much more quiet on the wheel. His front wheels aren't turning so much. The second place car, Mark McFadden, you see him wheeling that thing so much. He's coming off the corner there and it's popping the rear end around.
And also you see that little left wheel cock up in the sky. It just up our waving a little bit. That's just how much torque these things make. Up top, here comes Jeff. He's going in the high line. He throws a good slide move on him. Way up there on the top side. We see him do that earlier on. He's up to second. Mark falls back to third. Jason back here, though, and Rob, they're having a pretty good battle.
Yeah, great job here by the 10 car up on the high line here. See the leader, Joey Haynes, way up over the cushion here. He even got his left up on the side there. Still turning a good time, 16.2. Guys behind him are 16.1 for the 10. And looking at the fourth place spot here, Jason McSparron going to have to fight for that spot. He got Rob Courtney and the 64 behind him. Both of them take up the top side, really on the back end there, right on the Nerf bar. 64 back to the top, trying to get the slide around the bottom. It's not going to hook for him. The 64 is going to go around on the top side.
Yeah, it looks like that top lane is a place to be. Normally we see a lot of slide jobs happening down low, and those guys, you know, they'll scoop it down low and then just swoop right on by them. But man, tonight it looks like everybody's going in that high lane and is able to make the pass. You see him up there on that top side of that cushion. Rob is definitely a good move. Mark's hanging on there to the third place. Going back here about 6, see what we got going on. That's old Greg back there along with Gerald in 7. Dominique back there along with them in 8. So those guys got a long way to go to make up some ground. But the man right here, Joey Haynes, he's leading it. Got a good lead over the field here. Looking good here in the C main so far.
Yeah, what the 64 Courtney did there was really important because that's the fourth spot. That's the transfer position. And so he's got to hold on right now. He's done a great job here, worked that top line in here. We're going to see a lot more of that going on, and we're going to see some right rears, I think, slapping the fence.
Oh, absolutely. As they'll slide up there. Checkered flag. Joey Haynes is going to win it here in the C main here for the Major Sportsman's Knoxville Nationals here with the 410 wing sprints tonight. Good dirt racing so far. That should bring us up in here to the B main. But boy, we got a huge field in the B main. Gonna make the A main a big one here. So we got Noel Lawrence out front, Rob Powers there in second, Matt Gellner in third, Stephen Paulson, 4th. Mike up there in the 5th. Chris Tito there in 6th. Joshua Merckx there in 7th. George Angus there at 8th. James Troger the 9th. Joey Haynes 10th. Jeff hanging on to the 11th. And Mark Fadden 12th. And Rob Courtney rounds the top 13 here in the B main. And I'm going to say probably the top 8's probably going to go on to this one. Usually I think that's what it is. It's top 8, I believe it is. What it's saying?
I think it's set by the 15. Top 15 here. It's a 14 lapper and then 15 go to the feature.
That means everybody will go.
Well, then that'll set their lineup.
Yeah, I got you. It all depends on how they have it set up. I didn't really. I guess I should have asked Mike beforehand how he does it. I did ask him the format, but he was like, "We're just going to use the iRacing thing." I was like, "Okay." Everybody can set it different. You can set it, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 8. You know, different. Different invert. You can invert the field, et cetera, and all that.
Well, these guys got some good looking machines out here. That 22 Doyle Lawrence, no surprise for him.
Check the iRacing thing there again, because we still got the A main. Some of these cars.
Yeah, no, Doyle Lawrence's car looks really good. Doyle does a ton of paints. One of the probably the best painters that does cars here for iRacing. always does a spectacular job. So his car looks badass.
Is riding shotguns, green flag, and he is gone. He takes off. It seems like the leader's always got that one. And already back there beating and banging. About mid-pack, they're 3 wide and digging in the dirt here. B-main style. Knoxville, and look at that. Whoa. Boy, Steven got up there. You don't normally see a lot of that going on in the sprint cars, but they back there acting like they're in some stock cars.
Looking right now, we got a great battle for second, between second, third, and fourth here. Chris Chatito, Rob Powers, Matt Gelder running second. Right now, Rob's right on his back bumper there, and Chris is behind him waiting on these two to mess up or somebody to give him some room on top side. Caution's out.
Yeah, Jeff back there, Jeff and Mark got it, hooked up together, was watching it there. Hooked up together. You just kind of got together back there and crashing on the back end. So, more carts you get on here, which there should be 24, 25 drivers, I believe is what Mike was telling me. I can go back in here. Give me a little info. 24 in the A main. Okay. There will be heats, 8 laps, stacked, consi, and an A main with 24 cars. So our feature is going to actually have 20 cars in it.
Sweet.
Yes. Which is, normal style. And a good one. Y'all enjoying it out there. I like it.
If you get just the right camera angle, you can see over the fence to the Casey's store across the street from Knoxville Raceway here. And
Casey.
see what the price of gas is.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
I think they had a sprint car go over the wall there one night and right out into the street.
That's a massive hit.
He climbed it big time. Took
Wow.
it down and wound up upside down out in the middle of the road.
Ow. I get to a dirt race one time in my life, They look pretty neat. Look neat.
Oh, it's awesome. If you never, I've been a lot of World Outlaw stuff, late models and sprints. It's just amazing. Sprint cars especially are amazing. How much power those things have and how those guys wheel them around. You think there's no way that guy's going to get that thing to stick, and he's not lifting, and then he just turns it. He just turns
Awesome.
and keeps going.
Awesome.
Pedal down. Doyle Lawrence on the loud pedal here.
Yeah, Dole, man, he is out front.
Oh,
He is
Josh
clicking.
Mertz gets punted.
Yeah, he does. Go back and watch it again. See what happened here. Now single file right there. It don't take much on these carts. A little bit of a hit in the back. Next thing you know, sailed. All right, green flag. It looks like that thing got a little spinning. He's trying to hold on to it, and yeah, this looks like the wheels were spinning. And the next thing you know, he's just a ping pong ball. But it looks like wheel spin in these carts, in the 410s, is more, happens easier, let's say it, lack of a better word I can come up with. Seems like they're having more trouble with wheel spin than I've seen in any of the others. I do 360s throughout the week, and you don't see as much wheel spin as you're seeing here tonight.
Maybe you got a lot more horsepower to get down, for one thing. And then if you do kind of like they did coming off, you kind of jump the cushion. You're up there right against the wall where the cushion is. You're going to spin more, just as we saw with him there. I don't think that he really got in the wall that much, but the guy behind him, had the grip coming off, and so the closing rate was just so fast in these cars. And sometimes you just don't have any time to react, as we saw there.
All right. Since we're in the caution, we'll give a little bit of, I always like to call this a little OSR Network tech here, and then just, I don't know how much it is, but it's a 1,400 pound wing sprint, 900 horsepower for 410. That is massive. It is 410 cubic inches, 6.7 liters, 9,000 RPM. So, yeah, that's a big boy that they're sitting on top of an engine there. So, awesome. The 360s, obviously 360 cubic inches, 5.9, 700 horsepower. So, still, that's a massive amount of horsepower for that machine. We're back green out front. Old Lawrence right there. And Matt, everybody's kind of single file, and my dog's getting excited.
Getting a little excited there. Saw Christian Tito kind of get that thing sideways, went out with the right rear up on the wall, but no harm there. Still running in the 4th position. Rob Powers 3rd. 2nd still Matt Gelder. These 3 are running right on top of each other.
Yeah, Chris right there trying to close in, see if he can't maybe throw a slide move on him. Rob is trying to hold him off. He's on the top side. Chris is there. One little slip up. He's going to throw a slider on him. Everybody's running that top side cushion now. They've moved from the middle to the top. We thought that would happen later on. Here comes Chris. Well, he looked. Wasn't able to get it done.
Yeah, right now just running right where Rob is. He might want to try the middle a little bit, try to pull up a little slide job, cut across the bottom. Instead of running right behind him there, that's taking the air off the front of the car. As you see, he's trying to fight with the front end just a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, right now, up front, Dole Lawrence, Matt Gellner right there, Rob Powers. All 3 of those machines, 1, 2, 3. It's all Dole, though, out front as the battle's on here for 3rd. Chris looks to the inside, see if we throw a slide job. No. Contact between the 2.
Gonna have to take it to the bottom here. Can't get any grip down there, though. You see he's wanting to jerk that thing back to the high side.
Yeah, everybody. Boy, battles of 2nd, though. Doors open. Rob goes to the outside of Matt. It looks like, man, the high lane is a place to pass. I don't know if that low line is going to be the place to... I don't know who's going to be able to make that move.
Yeah, it's not working out right now. You've really got to be able to carry the speed in through there and just cut across it and then come right back up in front of that guy. But then you got to hope he lifts, too. So
oh, yeah.
High lane's usually where it's at here, as we've seen all night long. And now we see Rob Powers in that 2nd spot. Matt Gelder 3rd, Christian Tito 4th, Stephen Paulson in 5th.
So far, so good. Dole, Rob right there. Matt, really, really good. Chris is another one there. Steven's another one. Absolutely out front. Dole Lawrence looking good. Man, everybody kind of single file right now.
Watch Christian Tito right here in the 888 car. He's really taking that thing in up on the high line. Not afraid to get up there close to that wall. Same thing we've seen out of the 47 up there in the 2nd spot. These guys are really trying to work that in right here. We're going to see that come in during the race and see some guys really get the right rear as close to that wall as possible.
Absolutely. Out front, Dole Lawrence wins this one here for the B main. Oh boy, that sets us up here. Gonna be a good one.
My bad. I was just talking away and we were on the last lap.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. It's the dirt racing. I've done it many times. Been in the middle of a race. Next thing you know, we're checker flag flies, and I'm going, wow, it was just 5 to go. Well, folks, I tell you what, we're going to step away real quick. We'll be right back. Oh, our national anthem's up here for you. Don't go anywhere. We got warm up time. We're going to our feature here tonight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we're back here and getting set. Well, this is going to be our feature here tonight. Knoxville National Style 24 machines are about to get set to rumble on the dirt track here of Knoxville with the 410 wing sprints. See who we got on the grid order here tonight. Mark Stevenson out front, Brian Hollick there in second, Rob DeLoach third, Daniel B. Johnson up in the fourth, Zachary Brown fifth. Ernie Ludwig starts sixth there, Daniel Davidson seventh, Casey Salwick eighth, Robert Kobe ninth, and Dole Lawrence rounds out the top 10. Well, this one's going to be good. I have to see what happens. Here we go.
And the guys have done a good job with all the races. We've seen a lot going on. We see Mark Stevenson getting sideways.
Yeah. Ain't that easy to drive, is there, Mark?
Feel like you're trying to get some heat in that right rear there. So
I always wondered that about dirt. How do you get heat in these tires? I mean, does it heat up on the dirt a lot? Does it really?
it does, but the main thing is you got to keep it going. Like you can get it
Okay.
flat, you want to keep going.
I guess.
When I did late models, you could run them like that, but if caution comes out, then you're done with. But yeah, you turn them just like asphalt, rev them up, spin the tires up, and get going.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Here we got 40 laps on the board here. Before you know it, you're done. Goes by quick, especially with the 410s here. The only thing they're missing is they need the 4-wide salute to the fans.
Right, exactly.
That's something that the dirt guys really do a lot of. There we go, green flag, we're racing. They're already beating and banging up front. Tires are slamming. Ouch. Well,
Yeah, everybody's getting into everybody. Daniel
Yeah.
Johnson got in there, got hit on a little sideways, got rear-ended. Out of shape, but they get everything gathered back up now. Daniel Davis out here, 7th place. All kinds of sideways, up in the wall a little bit. Ernie Ludwig takes it down to the bottom. Daniel Johnson on the bottom, yellows out.
yellows out. Looks like Rob Powers is the man who was getting knocked out on that one. But yeah, wild restart, and he was kind of way back in the back there. You can already see these carts are a handful on the starts. You can see them in things are just spinning, tires all over the place. The next thing you know, it's just Rob right there. He tried to hang on to it. He just wouldn't handle right.
Yeah, I think he was playing the expectations game there, trying to figure out what the guy in front was doing. The guy in front was going to keep it up in the wall. So.
Oh, and then it just slid out from under him. Old Zach Brown. Old Zach. See what happens on his end. Got Mark, Rob, Zach, Brian. Run to caution here.
And the restarts are the wildest, man, because everybody starts differently. Everybody's does different things to get the revs up and get these things going. Restarts are very important, but man, they're very hectic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Here we go. Getting set. See what the restart is. Everything's going to be single file here on the restart. It's on the pace truck's off. Pace truck's in. Green flag flies.
Green flag, green flag.
We're back racing here at Knoxville.
Joel Lawrence under attack here. Got Daniel Johnson under him. Now we got a yellow again.
Yep, yellow again.
That's
What
27,
happened? 27?
26 and 27.
Figured kind of on around. Gonna catch up here in a minute. All right, here we go. Mark out front there, Rob. Let to go green flag here.
obviously cautions are not counting. We're on lap 3 here, so.
And that's another thing with the dirt side of things, you know, as far as like cautions and stuff, normally don't count. So. And they can do that, you know, that's a unique thing about dirt. Don't count the cautions, though, because the racing goes by so fast anyways. By so fast. Hope y'all enjoying it out there.
Depending on how much fuel you put in the tank, you're okay with cautions, or you might not be okay with cautions.
Yeah, you got to think about that too. You know, with your 40 laps, these things don't have as much, so fuel could become a concern. With the amount of cautions, we can see some of these guys run out of fuel at the end of it here. We'll have to see. Mark gets a hammer, drops it back down. We're back racing here at Knoxville. Backside there, Zachary and Brian Hollick and company. 3 machines, Dole Lawrence there. Looking good.
Zach Brown and them up front using that bottom line here. Let's see if they move to the top.
Oh, contact.
Oh.
Brian Hollick. Out. Up against the wall, slams it. Just had a little contact between them two. Wow.
Yeah, it looked like he just lost the rear of the car there. Went in there sliding it some, and then Doyle didn't have anywhere to go. Just wound up into him.
Yep. Ouch. Well, so far, what have we seen here? I've seen a lot of guys battling with tire spin. Tire spin's been the biggest thing.
Yeah, it is. Got a little bit of a tight turn here. You know, you want to try to get through there as straight as you can. But see some of these guys here, and like we were talking about earlier, it's all about the wing and everything in your setup, and you want to try to tighten it up just a little bit so you don't lose the rear end, because once you do, it's really hard to gather it back. You're really just power sliding, and the guy behind you gets a run on you, as we saw with Doyle on the corner entry there. So these cars are, you know, everybody thinks, some people drive them like a madman, and you're jerking the wheel all around, but really these cars are about finesse and as, you know, little wheel play as possible. You want to try to be very quiet with the wheel and small movements, and that's how you really get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely so. All right, getting set to go back green here. Knoxville Nationals tonight here for the Major Sportsman Series. These guys are putting on an outstanding show, an outstanding race so far. Good one. Green flag, we're back at it again. Mark Stevenson drops the hammer. He's back out front. Bob DeLoach there in second. Zachary Brown there in third. Daniel B. Johnson. Good run.
Doyle, Lawrence, and Casey Sawich here racing side by side. Doyle's on the top end, trying to make something work. Casey was actually able to hook the bottom, back to the bottom again. Doyle's just in that middle groove right there, and you see he's just spinning. He's not getting any bite right there. So it looks like the bottom is actually working for some of these guys now. You've got to run that very top against the wall.
Yeah, we seen that earlier on in the mains and the heats. Everybody was up top there running the high side. Now it looks like everybody's back down low again there on that curb, and maybe middle groove. Maybe that's due to the nighttime moisture into the ground. Obviously, we know iRacing has dynamic style tracks and whatnot, so could change here throughout the race. Good battle here about mid-pack around 5th place. You see that's old Casey and company there with Chris. All those cars kind of nose to the cush bar, so to speak. Looks like every once in a while they're trying to throw a slider. Oh, Jeff, into the infield, over the fence. Caution out for him. See what we got here. Caution here again. Run so far. That's what it's all about here. Dirt track racing. Knoxville style.
We had a heck of a battle there with about 4 of these guys all on top of each other.
Yeah, it was.
Doyle Lawrence was really trying to cross some guys up there. Got on the back nerf of Chris Utito a couple times. But Doyle was really throwing it in on entry, and then it seemed like he would lose a little bit off the center there. So see if he'll adjust to that. Since he tried a few things there I was watching, and that didn't quite work out. You've got to have that exit speed here. So
absolutely. So here we go. Getting set to go back. Green flag here. Here at Knoxville here tonight for the 410. Here for the Majors Sportsman Series. Mark out front. Zachary right there on Rob Daniel. Good race so far. Pace truck's in. To drop the hammer. Down and dirty. Back at it.
Casey Sawich, all these guys single file across the bottom there. We're talking earlier about that grip. Now Casey's going back to the bottom, looking Daniel Johnson here still on the back bumper. And then Sawich has Chris Utito right behind him.
Yeah, it does. A good battle, like I said, right here about 4th, 5th, 6th place spot. Everybody single file. Gonna be a little bit of patience for the most part. Mark's out front leading it. You got Zachary right there. Slide job happening in the back here. Chris looks. Well, Casey says, not today. I got the high side, but boy, look at Chris on the inside. He's trying that. Boy, that thing is a handful. It's like a Bronco bull.
Trying to get that thing to hook around the bottom there. You see the 27 on the high side getting up there close to the wall. He's had to lift right there.
Yellow out. Looks like Rob Powers. Got no Rob here. Get up in the cushion. I don't know if he caught the wall or not. Another car went around.
His car, if you watch it, Joe, going down the front stretch was just bouncing along, so it looked like the bouncing actually caused him to have a bit of an issue there.
Hey, it looks like there's a bump right there as you come out of turn 4. He just kind of wall rides it there a little bit. They're doing the Joey Chitwood show.
Just caught a bump in the wrong spot there. Had the wheel turned a little to the right and put him up in the wall there. So.
Nice.
Thing about dirt too, I mean, you get holes in the track, you get all these things, trenches dug out sometimes. You run across those things, you've got to look for those, and you've got to be able to straddle them or just run where they're not, not put the tires into that because it really upsets the car.
Get a little ruts here in the track. That's what they call them throughout the race. I mean, obviously we're still on dirt. It's not like pavement where it's going to be smooth the entire time. These guys, they are digging pretty good. I mean, those tires spinning like they are and they're sliding like they are. And, you got to make the grooves. I mean, if anybody's ever done, well, I tell you what really impresses me a lot. If you watch motocross, those guys, wow. The ruts in the dirt and how they get around it. It's just amazing.
Green flag again on loud pedal here. Everybody single file into one. And Joe, we've seen a big change in the track too. We're about 2 seconds off the pace from what they were running earlier. We're running 15 threes, 2s and 3s earlier at the start of this thing, and now we're running 17s, 18s.
Yeah, right now, good one right there. You got Mark Stevenson out front, Chris Utito right there, Utito, excuse me. Actually, good battle right there, side by side. And Chris, boy, he got a little wiggly. That took a 3 wide. Oh, they're
Three wide.
still
Chris
beating
gets
it.
hooked.
Yeah, they still beating and
Able to
banging on
save
each
it,
other.
though. Casey Sawich says, keep at it, guys. I'm going to stay here on the top side.
Oh,
Keep at it
man.
here. Daniel Johnson, these guys on the bottom. Casey can't get the grip there. He's going to have to run right up on that wall the whole time.
I'll tell you what, I always like to say, let's go on the inside, see what they see. Sometimes they see a lot. Sometimes all they see is a bunch of dirt on their visor. Right now, he's seeing pretty good here. Chris is. Sees that cart in front of him there, Casey, trying to see if he can't throw the slide move on the inside of him. And up in front of him, though, got old Daniel B. Johnson working over Rob right there, third.
Yeah, it's been a great side-by-side battle between them. Daniel looks like he's going to get it now on the bottom. You see Deloach has to go to the very top, getting the run back a little bit, but still Daniel's able to clear him. If you're going to run that top side, you've got to run right on the wall. You see what Deloach is doing, running that top side, and it's all about momentum, trying to keep that up.
Yes, it is. Right there, good run. Casey's looking good down the inside. He's got that slide move happening. And the backside, Chris right there along with him. And out front, right now, it's a good one. That's a good battle going on back here. You just got to be, from what I'm seeing with these carts, you've just got to be very, very careful. But it's all Mark Stevenson, the man out front, leading this one right now. Zach Brown right there in second. Daniel B. Johnson in third. And well, Daniel's got some company, though, with Rob. Rob's up high.
You see Casey Sawich and Chris Yatito here again, side by side battling with each other. Sawich up high, Yatito on the bottom. Now Sawich goes to the middle, 3 wide here. Able to pull it off so far using the bottom. Yatito pulls that off and Sawich back up top.
Man, throw the slide job on him right there. Made that move work. And, uh-oh, Daniel Davis is around. What happened to him? He's out there riding by himself, so I got a feeling he might have just got out from under him, or he got up in the wall or something
just
here.
Bad angle through the corner, exit off. He tried to adjust it.
Yeah, that thing just kept sliding on him. And boom, right in the wall. Stuffs it. Not a lot you can do when the thing's sitting on sideways like that.
And these cars, man, with this power, you just have to, you got to commit. When you go into a corner, where you're at is where you're at. You've got to commit to the corner, and there's so much, planning ahead when you look at these cars. It's kind of like road racing that we've talked on before, where you hit, once you get to corner entry, you're looking for the center. From the center, you're looking to your exit. And, you got to plan ahead with these things, but once you commit to running a line, that's where you've got to be. And trying to make adjustments on the fly like that, really hard. Once the track slicks off like this, it's not a whole lot of grip. There's not much you can do. You see, just like we did with him, you're going to slide all the way up the track, up into the wall. There's no grip until you get to the wall.
Absolutely. Well, right now, good one so far between all these guys. Marksman out front leading this one. Buddy's right there. All right. The ticker says 19 to go.
That is true.
Okay. And keep up with it. See.
Statement of fact.
Not a problem. All right, out front. Green flag, we're back at it. Mark gets another jump, and I tell you what, it's just benefiting him to be out front like that. You got Chris there along with it. Rob, Casey, and those two guys are going to go side by side. There we go. And good battle going on back here around about 5th place.
Yeah, right, battle for 3rd right now between Robert Deloach, Daniel Johnson. Right here, Daniel back into position here running that bottom, but Deloach was doing a great job here. Got Sawich behind him in a battle himself. 4 cars running right there under a blanket.
Yes, it is. As you see on the inside, Brian trying to see if he can't throw a slide move there. He goes down low for the moment. Good racing
Hanging
right
wheels
there.
with his teammate there. Chris Yatito up to the top side here, trying to make that work. We've seen that that's been really, really difficult for guys to do. Get up there, slap the wall a little bit with the right rear. He's got to run a little higher, does Yatito, if he wants to be able to make that top side work.
Always wanted to get up there and slap the walls and make the car go faster.
It does not.
Sometimes
Very
they say,
counterproductive.
sometimes they say it's amazing what it does if you get up there and hit the wall. Who knows? Single file right now, though. Casey's hanging on the 6th. Brian right there in 5th. Oh, Mark out front. Zachary there in 2nd. Buddy's kind of single file. Let's go back in the back here and see what we got going on around 12th, 13th place spots. You got Joey, Matt, and them back there having a good little tussle going on side by side. Oh, they got together back there too. All around. Oh, we got one up in the air. Robert Covey went flipping. Ouch. Dirt track racing here tonight. Sportsman Series here for the majors. Guys doing good. All Mark out front so far.
Looking at Ernie Ludwig's car, the 26, he does not have a front wing on, so that thing's not going to turn very well.
No, it's not. We'll have to see. We've got Zach, Daniel there in 3rd, Bob up there in 4th. Battle's been really hot and heavy around about the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place spot.
Yeah, Daniel Johnson right now riding in 3rd in the 069 car. He found himself in a couple of battles tonight. He winds up okay, but right there on the start, he kind of fell back. They're part of that 4 or 5 car group, and then was able to get away from him here. So he's going to want a little bit better start this time, and it's really helping the leader to be up front, helping him to be able to set the pace as far as the takeoff and be able to separate himself. So these guys behind him here, they're going to have to be ready and kind of try to get the jump on him.
Absolutely. Mark Stevenson out front, Zachary right there in 2nd, Daniel B. Johnson up in 4th, Rob DeLoach there in 5th. Here we go. Pace truck is in. Going back racing. Green flag. Digging back in the dirt again here with the 410 wing sprints. Well, it's already back hot and heavy around about 5th place spot.
Yeah, that's Brian Halleck on the bottom here. Got a teammate up high, Doyle Lawrence up high as well. 4 cars here. Casey Sawich right on the back end here. 2x2. Sawich goes to the top side. Nothing there. Can't get any grip.
Boy, right there, you got it. Oh, Rob's trying to see if he can't throw a slider on the inside. Not going to happen. Up top, here comes Daniel. He's got that high line groove running. He's going to see if he can't take over the 2nd place. Rob DeLoach up to 2nd. No, excuse me, Zachary up there to 2nd. He's back at it. Battle's on for 2nd place now.
Yeah, it is. You got DeLoach up there. He's been using that high lane there, figuring that thing out. So it looks like it's starting to work a little bit for him. You see, Sawich this time really sends it into the corner. All around DeLoach there up top. Big move by Sawich on the top side.
Boy, Casey, you're right, man. Did a sin slide on that deal right there. Went way high and wide and made that move work. He's at 2nd. He's going to see if he can't run down Mark Stevenson. If he gets a good long green flag run, he might be able to do it. We'll have to see. Here comes Rob. He's up top. Dole Lawrence there. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Car
Sawich put it in the wall a bit. He's still going, though, but man, that's how close he's got to be to the wall. You can't let that feed into his head now as he goes in here. He's going to slide up into the wall. You've got to commit to that high side.
And he is definitely committing to the high side. If there was any more racetrack, he'd commit even higher. Because right now, look at the battle going on here. Rob all over the back end. These guys are definitely on each other's backside cush bar there. Going to throw a slide move to the inside. Rob's up high. Daniel B. Johnson and Brian Hollick there. 3 wide again.
Daniel Johnson throwing it in on the bottom side here. Zach Brown to his right. Rob DeLoach up top, still using that high lane there, making that work. Daniel Johnson still plugging away on the bottom here. See if you can get any grip. DeLoach up top, still making that work, and they're still going to be side by side.
Yeah, it is. This is a good battle right here. Let's see. Casey right now, though, he's got his hands full there with Dole. Mark's loving everything he's seeing, but the problem is here comes Casey to the high side, and they're going to take Mark Stevenson out. The equation here, Mark's going to have to see if he can't. Wow. All night long, Mark's been up front, but now Casey took the lead.
That's exactly what Casey Sarge needed. You just need a run here. Let the guys... Oh, the yellow flag is out.
Yellow's out. Oh, 5 to go. Yeah, it looks like Jeff. All right. Well, it's heating up front there.
Yeah, I mean, really, for Casey, this isn't terrible. He gets to go when he wants to go, as we know that's a big advantage there. Mark's going to try to get a jump on him and get something done there, but I got to tell you, hats off, though, to Casey Sawich and the way that he raced those last several laps there to get up front. He was really committing to the top side there and just doing what you got to do at this place to get anywhere.
Yes, it is. So far, so good. Good race right now. A lot of these drivers get set up here, kind of like a duel to the end here. I was talking about some of the tech specs on these cars. It's amazing, depending on the mechanic setup, engine, shocks, and the track layout. Some of these cars can exceed 100 miles per hour. That's fast. That's moving a lot.
Oh, yeah. That's why you got to be committed to whatever you're doing.
Yeah, and that's what is so makes these things so unique to watch and amazing and in awe to see is just what they have to do to wheel these things around. I've always said it, they're pretty much just sitting on the transmission and motor with a steering wheel and tires and a seat. You're basically driving a motor around a track. That's almost kind of what you're doing here.
Sarge gets on it and takes off. No big delay there. Oh, Stevenson goes to the bottom. Trying to make that Sarge stay into the high side. Exactly.
Yeah, I think that high lane's going to go. I think at high lane. Well, never mind. Slide job.
A little bobble there by Casey as he was going through the corner there, but he's just got to be patient. Small movements on the wheel here. Try to keep the thing under control. Mark, though, slide job. Use that bottom up, coming up to the top now in front of Casey. Casey's going to go back to the outside, still trying to make that high lane work.
I think it's going to take the track kind of getting a little tacked up here because on these restarts, as the bottom lane looks at this, a little bobble there by Mark. But, and then, I don't know, that might have did Casey in right there, that hit in the wall.
I've seen him do that a couple times now. That puts Doyle Lawrence right there side by side with him. Doyle goes to the inside. A little bit of a slide job here coming for Doyle up in front of Casey. Casey crosses him over, and he gets him in the left rear.
White flag one more time here to Knoxville. Battle's on for second. Mark's out front. We're going to watch this one. And to see, actually the battle's going to be close for third. Slide job out of turn 4, final time. Mark Stevens is going to win this one. Dole's going to come in second. And Rob DeLoach is going to pull off third place with a finish to this one here.
Oh, that was a heck of a race, man.
Yeah, wow. What a wild one.
It's a great job by these guys to come in here, do something they weren't too sure about. I'm sure a lot of practice went into it, but man, for Casey to do what he did there in midsection of that race, get the lead, And then he committed to it. He stayed committed to it, but some bumps up there he hit, put him in the wall, kind of took that run out away from him there. But kind of let Mark Stevenson gather it back up and run that inside lane to get the win.
He did, yeah. He was able to utilize that inside lane, and that's something we hadn't seen. Most guys were committed to that, high line for a lot of it, but yeah, Mark was able to, like you said, sneak up there, take that low line, hold on to it. So, all right. Man, what a run here tonight. That was awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, you got to give a hats off here tonight for the Knoxville Nationals. 410 wing sprints here for the Sportsman Series. Good run, good race for all these guys, and gotta love it. That man right there, Mark Stevenson, pulling it off. The unofficial results here. Pull it up for you. Go, Mark Stevenson puts in victory lane. Dole Lawrence up in the second. Rob DeLoach third. Casey Salvage fourth. Daniel Johnson the fifth. Brian Hollick sixth. Chris Yetito, excuse me. I always want to say Yetio, but Yetito up in the seventh. Zachary Brown the eighth. Stephen Paulson the ninth. And Mike on to the top 10. Look at the rest of it here. It was a good one here, I tell you. Dirt track racing. Gotta love it.
It's always a lot of fun. I know it's fun to try it, especially for some of these guys that don't do it very often. You can tell a lot of work went into this, a lot of practice, setups, and all that good stuff. So I think the guys did a terrific job. It's a much better race than what we expected. Listening to some of the guys talk about how they were looking forward to it or not looking forward to it. So really great race. Good job by all these guys. A couple guys had some bad breaks, but really interesting. Lots of fun there. Saw some different things happen. Track came in, went away, came back in. So all the stuff you expect from dirt track racing here, and another good race by the majors. Just shows what they have to offer here, and different types of racing. Every time we do a broadcast with these guys, keeps things interesting.
Yes, it does, and it was a good one here at the 410. They always throw out a good charity there. The all-timers here tonight. The actual what he sent on there, All-Timers Association here tonight. So, it's always a good one. Always love the charities that they bring here at the majors. They always have a good one. They've supported the veterans and all that and stuff. So, let's bring down the winner here and get a word with it. Mark Stevenson, Joanna Booth, got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, man. Well, you dominated most of the race, but there at the end, a little bit of scare. What was you thinking on that last caution?
I thought Casey had something set up for when it got really slick. And then I just came up with another line. I was just trying to get the drive off the corner, and I knew if he was going to stay high, then he'd have to run the slick on the way out of the corner. So I was diamonding it off and trying to get back into the dirt so I could get a better drive, and it seemed to work.
Absolutely, and it looks like also, that high lane was a place to be, but like you said, you switched off down low and able to make it work. Well, I'll tell you what, man, good run, awesome out there. Seemed like being out front was a place to be. Pulled it off here with the 410s. Knoxville Nationals, Sportsman here. Anybody want to thank?
Yeah, the whole team, as usual. We got Rob and Brian. We've got Chris and Dan and Greg. Got Nick and Ron, got Zach there too, and Adam and Steve. Honestly, it's just it's a great place to be, and it's nice to put another win in it.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. You've been dominating the Sportsman Series here so far, and it's awesome to see, man, out there. And I tell you what, it's cool to see little bit of different discipline than what y'all guys are maybe a little bit used to, going from the road racing to NASCAR to dirt. Like you said, you pulled it off here tonight. Again, congratulations on that win there, Mark.
Thank you.
All right, man. There's old Mark. Well, old Rob, third place man. Let's bring him down here and get a word with him. Rob, Joe at the booth. Got a copy?
Hey, Joe. Yeah, gotcha.
Man, I tell you what, snuck it up there. Came home in third tonight. How was the track? How was you feeling?
Oh my gosh, it was the slickest track I've ever been on. I'm not much of a dirt guy, so you know, I got the best team out there, and we just put in a ton of hours and just practice and practice and practice, and it was tough.
Hey, no doubt about it. I'll tell you what, you guys man look good out there, and was an awesome run. Tell us though, which did you prefer, high lane, low line? Because it looks like that high lane was a place to be.
Low early. Daniel B got around me when I slipped up at some point, I think. So I just tried the middle. I mean, there's no dirt, there's no traction there, but I was just feathering the throttle, tried the middle, and I found a little speed. I got him back. I think he got me back, and then went to the high at the very end, and that worked out a little bit there. There wasn't really any traction anywhere, but I was just hoping coming off turn 4 there, I had enough, and I just got in the throttle and tried to get it wide open to beat, who was it, Casey to the line? Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't know if I beat him or not.
Yeah, I know, it was close.
It changed. Yeah, I think I kind of gradually worked up the track as the race went on, at least halfway on.
Well, I tell you what, you was able to pull it off here tonight, come home in third. Anybody you want to thank for it?
Oh yeah, my whole team. You know, Mark pushing us. He's always putting in some good times and getting the best out of us. Brian was really instrumental this round. He was really good at it, putting in some really good qualifying times. I think he might have had the best time out of any of us during practice, and he found some stuff in the setups, which was really helpful for the qualifying. So we had a good qualifying setup thanks to Brian, and you know, really the whole team. We just help each other, push each other. You know, Dan was in there practicing a lot. Zach, Adam, Brian, Chris, Greg, Dominic, Ron. Yeah, all the guys. We just help each other and push everybody to get the best out of everybody.
No doubt about it. Well, I tell you what, Rob, you came home in third tonight. Good run right there. And again, congratulations on that third place.
Yep, thanks.
All right, there you go. Well, Rob, man, pulling up in third tonight. Well, tell you what, John, we're going to leave Knoxville. What a run, what a finish, what a race. What a wild one here in dirt track racing.
It was a lot of fun. Kind of what we expected, you know. Really great job by all these guys again to come out and pull this off and put on a really good race. You know, you're going to have things happen here and there. A couple guys with some bad luck, but all in all, just another good race by these guys and another good event put on here by the majors. It just shows how diverse it is. You know, all these guys can excel at things, even though you're not a dirt guy. Look at Rob Deloche. He was up there making everything work, moving the car around and learning, and ends up with a good run. So great race, lots of fun.
Absolutely. So I'll tell you what, we're going to leave here tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. For myself, Majors, everybody out there. Man, right there, Mark Stevenson put in victory lane. Everyone, have a good night.
If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear.